For many stroke survivors, walking again feels like the ultimate goal. Being able to stand, take steps, and move around without fear represents independence, dignity, and freedom. But for many people, the first attempt at walking after stroke can feel unstable, frightening, and discouraging. Caregivers often feel just as anxious. One wrong step can lead to a fall, and falls after stroke can cause serious injuries and loss of confidence. In this episode, we're going to talk clearly and practically about walking, balance, and fall prevention after stroke. We will explain why walking feels different after stroke, why balance is affected, and how walking should be retrained safely, and what caregivers can do to reduce fall risk at home and during daily activities. This is not about rushing to walk independently. It is about learning to walk safely, confidently, and with control. Why is walking affected after stroke? Walking is not just about leg strength. Walking requires coordination between the brain, the legs, the trunk, the eyes, and the balance systems inside the body. A stroke can disrupt one or several of these systems at the same time. After stroke, the brain may struggle to coordinate timing between steps, shift weight properly from one leg to the other, or maintain balance when the body is moving. This is why a person may feel unsteady even if the leg feels strong, or why walking may look slow, uneven, or stiff. Understanding this helps reduce frustration. Difficulty in walking is not a lack of effort. It is a coordination and balance challenge caused by changes in the brain. Why balance problems are so common after stroke? Balance relies on information from the eyes, the inner ear, the joints, and the muscles. The brain integrates all this information to keep the body upright. After stroke, the brain may misinterpret signals or respond more slowly. This can cause leaning on one side, difficulty standing still, fear of falling, or loss of balance when turning or changing directions. Many survivors also develop a fear of falling. This fear can make movement stiffer and actually increase fall risk if not addressed gently. Balance recovery is not about forcing confidence. It is about building trust in the body through safe practice. Let's take a moment here. If you find this video and channel helpful, we would really appreciate it if you could take 3 seconds to like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much. Now let's jump right back in. How walking recovery should begin. Walking recovery usually starts before full independent walking. Early walking practice may include standing with support, shifting weight from side to side, stepping in place, or taking a few supported steps. Using parallel bars, a walker, a cane, or therapist support is common and appropriate. Walking aids are not a sign of failure. They are tools that allow safe practice while the brain relearns movement. Caregivers should avoid pulling the survivor forward or holding them by the weak arm. Support should be provided at the trunk or pelvis to encourage upright posture and balance. Walking practice should be slow and controlled. Speed comes later. Control and safety comes first. Common walking mistakes caregivers make. Many falls happen not because someone cannot walk, but because walking is practiced incorrectly. One common mistake is rushing. Encouraging someone to walk faster than they are ready for increases instability. Another mistake is pulling the person forward, which throws off balance and increases fall risk. Allowing poor posture, such as leaning heavily on one side or looking down constantly, can reinforce unsafe walking patterns. Caregivers should focus on upright posture, even steps, and allowing the survivor time to think about each movement. Here are some balance training principles. Balance improves through gradual challenge, not sudden risk. Early balance training may involve sitting balance, standing with support, and controlled weight shifts. As balance improves, tasks may include standing without holding on for short periods, stepping in different directions, and practicing turns. Balance training should always be done in a safe environment with supervision and support available. Loss of balance during training does not mean failure. It is part of the learning as long as it is controlled and safe. Preventing falls at home. Many falls after stroke happen at home, especially in familiar spaces where people feel comfortable and may take risks. Simple changes can significantly reduce fall risk. Clear walkways of clutter, loose rags, and cords. Ensure good lighting, especially at night. Install grab bars in the bathroom if needed. Use non-slip mats in wet areas. Encourage proper footwear with good grip. Caregivers should always be present during early walking practice and transfers until safety improves. Let's take a moment here. If you find this video and channel helpful, we would really appreciate it if you could take 3 seconds to like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much. Now let's jump right back in. Emotional impact of falls and fear of falling. A fall can have a strong emotional impact. Even a minor fall can increase fear and reduce confidence. It is important to address fear openly. Avoid blaming or shaming. Instead, focus on understanding what caused the fall and adjusting support or practice accordingly. Confidence returns gradually through successful and safe movement experiences. Here's a message for caregivers. Caregivers play a major role in walking recovery and fall prevention. Your calm presence, patience, and attention to safety helps build confidence. Encouragement is important, but so is knowing when to slow down and protect the person you care for. Remember that fatigue increases fall risk. Rest is not weakness, it is part of safe recovery. Learning to walk again after stroke is not about how fast someone moves, it is about how safely and confidently they move. Balance improves with practice, patience, and proper support. Falls are not inevitable, and many can be prevented with the right approach. In the next episode, we will focus on speech, swallowing, and communication challenges after stroke. If this episode was helpful, please like it and share it with a caregiver family member. And tell me in the comments what feels hardest right now: balance, fear of falling, or walking confidence.